Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, the Mosaic Phosphate Mining Company. As they continue to clean up their mess from last month, they now have to worry about another 50,000 spilled gallons of processed water. Mosaic reports a pump that circulates processed water at the manufacturing facility in Plant City malfunctioned and spilled within the plant Saturday morning. Mosaic says the processed water was captured on site and there are no off-site impacts. Mosaic informed the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. The company released the information per Governor Scott's order for public notification of such spills. In other news, red tide still present on the Sun Coast. Hurricane Matthew helped wash away much of the dead fish, but may have only shifted the algae bloom in our waters. ABC 7's Kate Flexner has more.
The latest Florida Fish and Wildlife report shows high concentrations of red tide in certain parts of Sarasota and Manatee counties. It's an issue that stretches all the way from Pinellas County south to Collier County.
Days before Hurricane Matthew made landfall in Florida, red tide left beaches along the southwest coast covered in dead fish. The damage stretching more than a mile offshore. Today, though, boaters are noticing something different. The effect's not gone, but minimized.
You don't really sense it as much, not as bad. And along the beach, a little bit of stench still from the dead fish, but not bad.
The report from Florida Fish and Wildlife still shows high concentrations of the algae in areas of Sarasota and Manatee counties. But the affected areas shifted from beaches on the Gulf to residential canals. At the National Weather Service, meteorologists monitor the impacts of winds and currents on red tide algae blooms. Senior meteorologist Rick Davis says Hurricane Matthew pushed the algae bloom towards the shoreline.
It's inland and into the inland part of the bays.
And that's because of those northwest winds that were happening during Hurricane Matthew.
Right, that pushed everything in, so it moved from the open bay, now it's into the canals, and now it's going to take a lot of wind from a different direction, from the opposite direction, to move it out of those residential canals.
Davis says those high winds push more of the toxic algae out of the water and into the air, causing an increase in respiratory impact.
We can have it in high concentrations without a lot of wind and waves, and it's less of an impact to us humans. But as soon as we have wind and waves, that's when it becomes more of an impact.
Davis says it will take high winds in the right direction for that algae bloom to shift, but that's something he doesn't expect to see for at least 3 to 5 days.
It may only be temporary because it all depends on the wind speed, the wind direction, and the waves.
For a link to the latest Florida Fish and Wildlife report and beach conditions, visit our website, mysuncoast.com. Back to you.
All right, Kate, thank you very much. It was a pretty day today, but a little bit of rain there in the evening. Let's head over to Steve Newman for a first check on our weather. Steve?
That's right, Adam. It's kind of sticky and humid after those rain showers passed over us after sunset. And looking at the whole state, there's quite a bit of rain down in the Florida Strait between the Bahamas and Cuba and the Florida Keys in Cuba. But in our area, the rain has moved offshore. And if we take a look at the close-up, nothing on land, but pulling back and looking at the last 6 hours, you can see it has moved out in the Gulf. There's one little storm that kind of developed and matured right offshore, and you can see it blowing off in the upper atmosphere back in that direction. We have winds blowing from 2 different directions over Florida right now. Currently at the airport at 77, dew point 71 with an 82% humidity, and our high today was 89, last night's low 73. We'll have mainly fair skies overnight, but the complete forecast will come up in just a few minutes. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. The U.S. Navy is investigating a possible missile attack on its ships patrolling off Yemen's coast. U.S. defense officials say that a group of U.S. Navy ships were in international waters in the Red Sea when the USS Mason detected possible inbound missiles and fired defensive missiles as a protective measure. No ships were hit, and all American warships in the area are safe. Houthi leaders have denied the charge. Just a few days ago, the U.S. military retaliated for an earlier missile attack on one of its ships in the same area. Now on to politics. A bold move from Donald Trump ahead of Wednesday's final presidential debate. It comes as a new batch of emails by WikiLeaks from the Clinton campaign is released. ABC's Mary Bruce reports from Washington.
With the third and final debate just around the corner, Donald Trump has a new recommendation for Hillary Clinton and a bold accusation.
We should take a drug test pride because I don't know what's going on with her.
Trump's also launching new attacks against the media. At rallies in Maine and New Hampshire today, the Republican nominee blaming the press after more women came forward accusing him of sexual misconduct.
No witnesses, no nothing, all big lies.
You know what, Summer? You're fired.
This as new accusers come forward. One of them, Summer Zervos, a former contestant on Trump's TV show The Apprentice. She says Trump made inappropriate advances towards her in 2007. Trump's campaign denies the claim and issued a statement from a man named John Barry, who they say is Zervos' first cousin. Barry says he's shocked and bewildered, adding that ever since Zervos was on The Apprentice, she has had nothing but glowing things to say about Mr. Trump. On the Democratic side, Clinton's running mate Tim Kaine showed Trump no mercy at a Miami rally.
When he says, no, this is just locker room talk, this is just what men do, hey, hold on a second. What you saw was the real Donald Trump.
A newly released batch of WikiLeaks emails, supposedly from the hacked account of Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta, highlights concerns from the Clinton camp over Bill Clinton's past sexual misconduct allegations. The Clinton team has not confirmed the authenticity of the emails and maintains this is the work of Russia to help Trump. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, in response to Trump's allegations the election is rigged, the Clinton camp says there will be a record turnout come November because voters see through him. In another more collateral damage from another Trump controversy, Billy Bush's departure from NBC could be announced as early as Monday. That's according to a source familiar with his negotiations with the network. Bush has been off air since he was caught on tape in a lewd conversation with Donald Trump earlier this month. Bush's attorney says the negotiations are moving along, but he denied the media reports that Bush reached a $10 million settlement with NBC. The network may still have to pay the anchor millions of dollars because of contractual obligations. Still to come here on ABC 7, a day with law enforcement's elite. Locals shoot, climb, and crawl through vigorous SWAT team training with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
The celebration is heating up, and the prices just keep getting better during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out the stylish new Jeep Renegade starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation, and everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts, and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
On the next Black Almanac.
Donald Trump enters a newly combustible phase of his campaign as he declares himself unchained from Republican leaders while lashing out in all directions, even as his poll numbers continue to nosedive, lobbing attack after attack against GOP leaders and lawmakers, a stunning volley in what could become an intra-party war.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7. Your Suncoast News.
prison workouts may be replaced by meditation, how it's helping inmates in HealthSmart.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
A fatal crash occurred in Manatee County this afternoon involving a truck and a motorcycle. It happened at the intersection of 63rd Avenue East and 13th Street Court East in Bradenton. Florida Highway Patrol says Nicholas Calabro was riding his motorcycle in the left lane when the driver of a Dodge Ram merged into the lane. Calabro was able to swerve out of the way and avoid the truck. FHP says Calabro then accelerated and pulled alongside the front of the truck. He then collided with the raised concrete median and was ejected onto the road and run over by the Dodge Ram. He died from his injuries. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is trying to lower prescription medication abuse countywide. The Florida Sheriff's Task Force is hosting Operation Pill Drop through next month. The Sheriff's Office will begin accepting unused or expired prescriptions all day, every day. It's an effort to help families properly and safely dispose of unwanted medications that could be accidentally or intentionally misused. The Pill Drop is also an environmentally safe alternative for medication disposal. Local law enforcement is letting Sarasota County residents take a walk in their shoes. In Nokomis, a handful of locals ran through drills led by law enforcement's elite as part of the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office 7th Annual Corporate SWAT Challenge. 12 teams signed up for $1,000 each to run the gamut, led by one member of the Sarasota County Sheriff's SWAT team. Teams play cop for a day while raising money for a good cause. Doug Fabiani from Sarasota Dental signs up each year for the thrill, but also to help promote the youth programs of the Sheriff's Activities League.
If you've seen the kids out here before, which they come out every now and again and talk to them, they're good kids. They just need a little bit of a leg up.
The proceeds go straight to the Sheriff's Activities League, which provides unique experiences for the area's youths who otherwise couldn't afford it. But you got to work to get that money to charity. That looks like a lot of fun out there, running those obstacle courses, carrying all that weight, and a beautiful day to do so, huh, Steve?
A lot of work, a lot of humidity today. A lot of people were sweating today because of the warmth and humidity. It's back. We had about a week or maybe 4 or 5 days of really pleasant weather, but the humidity's back. But we will get another cold front this time next week. So you can look at today over Sarasota Bay. We had very different clouds, high level coming from the southwest and low level moisture coming in from the east. And combination of the both produced a little shower activity over the area in the afternoon and evening hours. And right now, skies are partly cloudy and the rain is gone. Our weather is being controlled by high pressure over the Carolinas, creating an easterly flow across Florida. This is upper air winds blowing from the subtropics in our direction. So that's just merely like a postcard picture up there in the clouds. It's the low level moisture that's creating our clouds near the surface and also the scattered showers that we saw through the afternoon and evening hours. And in visible light before the sun went down, you can see just the speckles. They were like puffy cumulus clouds for the most part, and they've cleared out tonight. On radar, the rain that was over us right about 6, 7, 8 o'clock has now moved out in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's gone for the rest of tonight. High pressure is really in control not only here in Florida, but all up and down the Atlantic coast and across the southern tier. There's a storm track well up to the north, and the focus is really in the west right now. As big, powerful storms are going to come in all weekend long and into Monday into California, Washington, and Oregon, producing near hurricane force winds. In fact, typhoon from last week, the energy from it has really amplified these storms as they're coming in and bringing some of that wind. They're going to have multi-inch of rainfall over Northern California and mountain snow, and they need it because they had that extended drought that was alleviated a little bit by last winter's El Nino rainfall, but you can see they're going to get more mountain snow overnight and into Monday, and the rainfall amounts are going to be pretty healthy. It's, you know, I did the weather in San Francisco for many years, and it's really rare to get this powerful of a storm this early in the season, but really no one is complaining about it other than the wind, which have been very strong. And you can look at the key there, over 4 or 5 inches of rain equivalent with the snow-rain mix in the mountains. That's really good news. We hope we get a parade of that kind of storms out west to help finally put the nail in the coffin of that big old drought. Now here in Florida, our weather again controlled by high pressure to the north of us, and we look at our future cast through tonight, tomorrow, and into Monday. Partly cloudy skies coming over us from the entire width of Florida, scattered showers. I think they're going to thin out by Tuesday and Wednesday and then come back later on in the week. And what we're looking at for right about now next weekend, a cold front coming in from the north that'll have drier air and cooler air than what we had last week. So I think you're going to like the weather in about a week's time. So stick it out with the heat and humidity we have now, and it is back, as are the scattered showers. But here's the promise of cooler weather for next weekend. The marine forecast looks for wind tomorrow, northeast 15 knots, seas 2 feet. Bay and inland waters will have a moderate chop. Right now, Gulf temperature 80 degrees. The air temperature tomorrow afternoon will be 87. Our forecast for tonight, partly cloudy skies. The showers are gone. Our low temperature is 73 degrees. And the 7-day outlook shows that the chance of rain drops off as we move into Tuesday and Wednesday. And let's look at this one more time and try and go ahead one more time. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here's our forecast for tonight and our forecast for tomorrow as well, with sunny skies, our high temperature 89. And here is the long promised 7-day. Only a 10% chance of showers on Monday, Tuesday. They come back on Wednesday. Next weekend, there's that front on Saturday, bringing in the drier, cooler air. Adam?
All right, we'll be looking forward to that cooler air. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Let SWC Properties sell your home today. Take advantage of this great market and sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. SWC Properties gives you the benefit of full-service marketing that sells your home faster with the fewest hassles. There are no hidden fees, and now for a limited time, we'll list your home for 50% off. Wouldn't it feel great to save thousands and feel confident with your move? Give us a call for details or visit swcproperties.com and contact us for free information packet and find out why. It's simple. We just market your home better.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas. Going out for a jog can help you clear your mind, but new research shows it could have some other benefits for your brain. Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you how it could help repair brain damage. John?
A cold front may bring us some significantly cooler air. We'll talk about that and trace its progression bright and early.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 58 years old.
For me, it was heart-wrenching.
It takes a toll on everyone. I mean, it's a depressing disease to watch unfold before your eyes.
You just don't see the person's soul's like gone.
This disease just ravages a family.
It changes your life.
The magnitude of it is indescribable.
Now is the moment. If we work together, we can stop this epidemic.
Contact Bright Focus and learn more.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jaffe Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
Game on, Suncoast. Get scores and highlights from the area's top high school matchups on Football Friday night, just after the news at 11:15. Sponsored by Gulf Coast Honda.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Now, sports.
The University of Florida finding its offense today against Missouri, but not without a little help from their defense. The Gators chomping at the bit after Hurricane Matthew pushed last week's game against LSU. Second quarter, Gators defensive back Tease Tabor picks off Tiger quarterback with nothing but green ahead. UF gets their first touchdown of the game. Now, just a few minutes later, quarterback Drew Lock picked again. This time it's Quincy Wilson, their second defensive touchdown of this game, all right before the half. Gators get the edge in this one. Missouri struggling early in the third. Luke Del Rio back from an injury. He threw 3 picks in this game, but finds Tyree Cleveland in the middle, and Cleveland does the rest. Gators go up 19, and they add a few more en route to a 40-14 win, their third in the SEC. The University of South Florida taking care of business against Connecticut today. Quarterback Quentin Flowers, 5 touchdowns in this one, 3 on the ground. The Bulls 3-0 in the American Athletic Conference now. They'll be tested on the road against Temple next week. The Florida State Seminoles are now 500 in conference play after a close win against Wake Forest today. Noles quarterback DeAndre Francois threw for over 300 yards, nearly 240 of which went to that man, wide receiver Travis Rudolph. The Seminoles lost the turnover battle 4-3, but the Demon Deacons are held to just 2 field goals. Florida State wins 17-6. An East Tennessee man finds an unusual way to decorate his father's grave. He said it's just what his dad would have wanted. Jamie Beckler's dad passed away from pancreatic cancer in 2008. The father-son duo watched every University of Tennessee football game together, and now Jamie takes the time once every few months to create the orange and white checkerboard pattern in front of his father's grave.
He wasn't real big on flowers, so we came up with this, and just became a tradition. I hope he's watching down and rooting for him, as you know, especially this season.
Making the checkerboard pattern takes about an hour and a half and lasts a few months. Jamie says painting his Tennessee pride brings him closer to his father. The Tampa Bay Lightning were undefeated against the New Jersey Devils last season, and they try to continue that streak at home tonight. Cedric Paquette with 2 points tonight on 1 goal and an assist. In the first period, Lightning down 1. P.A. Parenteau breaks up the pass, spins and finds Travis Zajac, who shoots one between the legs of Vasilevsky. Devils up 2-0. Second period, here come the Bolts. Palat fakes the shot and finds the captain, Steven Stamkos. He puts it in. Lightning cut the lead to 1. And in the fourth, game tied at 2, Jason Garrison sends one from the blue line, redirected by Valtteri Filppula, and that would be the difference. Bolts win 3-2. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
It is a birthday party. I'm Joey Panic. On Suncoast View, we celebrate Stephanie's birthday with style. We get a preview of one of the biggest Suncoast galas with 3 of our favorite things: wine, women, and shoes. And we get a musical preview of the Broadway musical Grease, plus Dr. Jenny from Age Vital Pharmacy and Yahtzee Grill is in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC 7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org, and you can help save a life.
ABC 7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you. Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing, complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
One of the Suncoast's most beloved fall traditions is back. The Hunsader Farms Pumpkin Festival kicked off today in East Manatee County. It's an opportunity for families to take part in fun activities while spending quality time together.
I just encourage everybody to come out to Hunsader Farms Pumpkin Festival, come see our circus, come get a lemonade, come ride a camel. It's a great day for the family.
There's so much stuff to do. There's hay rides, there's a corn maze, there's a live band, there's vendors galore, crafts, food, you name it, you can get it here.
We did art sands, and we zip lining, and we watched the bear show.
There's too much stuff to name. It's a great place. You know, people just seem very enthusiastic when they come out here. It's just good feelings, good vibes. Everybody's always happy. It's a little warm, but hey, it's Florida.
I like to just spend time with my family and go walk around.
We live quite close, so we were lucky. We could spend most weekends with them. So coming to something like this is kind of nice.
I think it's fun to talk to the people. I think it's fun to see all the little kids. Everybody's so excited. Everybody just has a really great time.
How'd you catch your butterfly?
I catch it with a stick and Daddy put them on my head.
I just got them off of bushes and I handed them to little kids.
I got it on a stick that had Gatorade, I think, on it, and then it crawled on there, and then I put it on my finger.
It's really nice to have these things like the Pumpkin Festival. It's so nostalgic, so great for families, and it's really nice to just kind of get out and be in the land with nature. You know, there's so much building up in the city, so it's a great event.
Keep in mind, many of the festival's activities are included with admission. Tickets are $10 for adults, kids 12 and under are free, and there's also a charge for parking, which is $5 per car. Finally tonight, a Good Samaritan, a good deed, and two people who could really use some help all collide in one Missouri town. A Good Samaritan in Missouri leaves big tips for unsuspecting servers at different restaurants. One of the servers says she's using the money to help her sick mom. The other is using the cash to buy a plane ticket to visit his family in Chile. The Good Samaritan does this fairly often, but has never documented it. He says, quote, "Sometimes it just feels good to have an immediate and direct impact on somebody else." And if you've ever been a server, what a reward that can be to, you know, get a tip at the end of the night like that.
There are some great people out there doing great things.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And we were talking, none of us have served actually.
We've been lucky enough to work in the business and not do that, but I admire the work, believe me.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I had a couple brothers that did it, and ever since then, spent a little more time calculating that tip at the end of the night, that's for sure.
Great weather tomorrow. I think you'll like it.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll see you guys in the morning.